Hey everybody, Undead Viking here to talk to you about a cool little party game that is in Kickstarter right now called Knee Jerk. Okay, so the game of Knee Jerk is just that. It's your knee-jerk response to a created set of circumstances that ends a story. Okay, and I'll explain that more when I actually give you the play-by-play on how to play the game. But just wanted to preamble, if you've watched some of my videos before and you've heard my quasi-gaming life story, if you will, you'll know that I really got started into the geek side of gaming, if you will, through role-playing games. And then I kind of opened up into board games later. But I played a ton of board games when I was young. And one of the things I played all the time was I played party games with my family. Most importantly, the things that I remember the most and like kind of remain dear to me are playing party games with my grandparents. Because unfortunately, I don't have any of my grandparents alive anymore. But I do remember my dad's mother and father. They absolutely loved playing Pictionary, and I remember playing Pictionary with them all the time, and it's a really great memory. And it was funny, and it was exciting, and it was interesting, and everybody had a blast. And you didn't really care if you won or lost because you were just having fun with your family. And my mother's parents, they loved playing Trivial Pursuit, and my mother still loves playing Trivial Pursuit. I haven't played it with her in a long time. I need to do that. But and you know, they're party games. They're not exactly, you know, they're competitive to a certain degree, but there's also tons of like party games out there where there's a competition, but it's more of an open competition. It isn't like a race or anything like that. And this is kind of what Knee Jerk is. As I said, one person plays the part of the host, and they put two parts of a fictional story together, and they then add a third part to the story, and they look for the players that are playing to finish the story for them and give like the final little bit. And it'll make more sense when I show you how to play the game. But ultimately, games like Knee Jerk are what they are because they are fun, and they don't take a long time to be fun. There's a simple mechanism, which is just the story being put together, and then the opening, which is, okay, finish it. And then you have that moment where everybody has to come up with something funny or clever or whatever and blurt it out. And usually because of the fact that you're racing other people to get your answer in first, or you're trying to come up with something funny, you'll say something maybe inappropriate or something clever or something, and then the group can enjoy themselves and have a few good yucks, and then they go on to the next round. And it's like, the cards are clever, the cards are neat looking, and like I said, in the words, I should say, in the words of Scott Nicholson, the game doesn't take a long time for it to get to the fun. And that's ultimately what every party game should do. So let me show you exactly how to play Knee Jerk, which won't take long at all, even for me, and then we'll go and I'll tell you more about it and why I think this is a great party game. Alright, cool, let's do it. Alright, this is the setup for Knee Jerk. You will have one person being the host, and you will have all the people playing it around the table. And you can play with as many people as you want. Technically, if you're playing with less people, you have to score 4 points. So if you're playing like 4 people, you have to get 4 points to win. If you're playing with more people, you have to score 3 points to win. But this definitely is not a game. If you're worried about winning this game, you're probably not playing it correctly anyway. But regardless, you'll turn 2 cards over, and you see how these little arrows work out. So the star is the start of the story, the blue is the second part, and then the host will have 2 cards that they've drawn that will finish out the story with the orange. And so they'll read it off like, I feel like shaking someone's hand on my family vacation. And they'll look at 2 other things, because someone handed me, or because I had a premonition that. So let's go with this one. And you'll say, because someone handed me, and then immediately, everybody at the table, the first person to come up with their story or whatever, because I feel like shaking someone's hand on my family vacation, because someone handed me, who knows what. I can't even think of something offhand. See, a lot of people think it would be just easy to say anything you want, like a dirty diaper. It's like, no, the host say, that makes no sense at all. So like, you could say, because someone handed me a joy buzzer. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of clever. Somebody handed you a joy buzzer, you want to shake somebody's hand, give them a little jolt, and that's funny. Okay, so then the person who picked that, you'll give them a card that'll give them their point. You slide these over like so, And so you see the new answer is, I feel liked at the aquarium, and then the host gets another card, and so we can look here. I feel liked at the aquarium because I had a premonition that, because a booming voice said, let's go with, and you'll say, because I had a premonition, let's see, because I had a premonition that, let's see here. This is a lot more fun when you're playing with more people. But because I had a premonition that an octopus was going to give me a squeeze. So you're at the aquarium, an octopus, right? Okay, so ha ha ha. And so, give another one, and so then think another one. One more. Let's just do one more. And it's like, I would like to forget this moment in the supermarket because a booming voice said, your pants are undone. So, okay, so there you go. So, ha ha ha, everybody has fun, and they joke. And like I said, my daughter would probably work a unicorn in here somewhere at some point. Or a princess, or perhaps a unicorn princess. But regardless, that's how you play the game, and you just keep drawing these cards. Whoever finally wins gets to be the host the next game. And so, as the host, they are the ones that draw the cards and do whatever. And if more than one person technically blurts out their answer, then the host gets to pick which one is the best of the two answers. And like I said, if somebody gives an answer that doesn't make any sense, the host is the final judge as far as that. So that's it. That's the entire game. I told you it wouldn't take long to explain, but it's fun, and it's fun because of its simplicity. And it's fun because of the interaction you have with the other people at the table. But let me tell you all more about that with my conclusion right now. Okay, so Knee Jerk, there you go. That's how you play the game. And like I said, it wasn't really all that difficult. It wasn't all that tough. I'm going to see if I can do my one-handed cut here. Hold on, I used to be able to do this. Yeah, all right, cool. Why is it fun? Well, it's fun because of the people you play with. You can't play with a bunch of sticks in the mud. You have to play with people that are more than willing just to blurt out something and make fools of themselves and be able to laugh at their answers and laugh at their friends' answers with no real feelings being hurt. Technically, yes, there is a game. There is a game that you play to a certain number of points, and you're trying to score those points before anybody else. But in reality, you can't really care about that. And the thing is that this game, in my opinion, is played much better without even worrying about scoring the points. It's just like, hey, come on, let's put these things together. Flap, flap, flap. Here's the funny story. What do you got for me? And then have that moment of levity, have that moment of fun. It's a party game. It's supposed to be played at a party. You're supposed to have you're surrounded by your friends, you're surrounded by your family, and you're having a blast playing the game. There's going to be that one person who's like, oh, I'm not really clever, I'm not really funny, I don't want to, it's like, okay, fine, I understand. Sometimes maybe you just feel like, especially if there's a force of personality in the group around you, that always has the funny answer, the witty thing to say, well, then you can just let them be the host, because being the host is actually kind of fun. You have you have the cards you put together, and then you pick one, and you make that funny combination of lines, and which is, and they feel like they're contributing anyway. And I appreciate that, because not everybody is really comfortable with the idea of just saying whatever comes to their mind. Just, if they're worried they'll say something embarrassing or whatever. Also, what I think we've played this, and I tried this out, and I don't even know if this is a true variant or anything like that, but we've, instead of having one person determine, okay, who gave the best answer, we've done things with teams, or not even with teams, like writing it out on a piece of paper. Just write it quick, you turn it in, and then you just read them off. And then as a group, everybody decides which is the funniest, which is the best, that kind of thing. Which, it slows the game down a little bit, but if that's something you want to try, it's definitely worked for us, and we've had a lot of fun with it. And that works especially well with my kids, because of the fact that, it takes kids a little bit longer to figure out what they want to say, and then they can, think, sure, my daughter usually falls back on unicorns or whatever, or some sort of unicorn-type story, but, it does work. So, I just, for what it is, which is a party game with a method to get everybody that's in a group, instead of off in their little private conversations talking about whatever, is to get everybody into one central spot, enjoying their perhaps alcoholic beverages and snacks into one little area and enjoying each other's company. Knee Jerk does exactly that, and it does it amazingly well. And for that reason, and the party game lover in me, heartily recommends it. So go ahead, check the game out. If you think it's something you want to add to your collection, collection, you can do so really cheaply too. It's not it's just a little deck of cards. I think it's like $10 to have it shipped right to your door. So I strongly suggest checking it out and seeing if it's something you think would fit with you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Alright, well, until next time, this was Undead Viking. You have yourself one heck of an awesome day. Alright, bye-bye.